Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we're going to talk more about the advanced session in terms of liveness probe. When you talk about liveness probe is going to do even more investigation than the readiness probe. Liveness probe is going to be, just examining about your application's performance. It's what logics you're executing within the container. So it talks more about those concepts. For example, to identify a hung thread situation or something like that, you can use the liveness probe rather than the readiness probe. So liveness probe will be monitoring the application's performance and then restarting the container if the performance gets deviated from any of the parameters which you're basically providing in there. So let's just go ahead and create another file over here. I'm gonna create probe 7. So this is going to be talking about the liveness probe right now. So I'm going to copy paste the deployment from your GitHub page where I've given you access. So here is the deployment one, and here I'm using the deployment name as Sterling prod probe 7. And then it's going to create one replica over here, and it's for the application name matching label as app tomcat and the pod label as app tomcat, and it is going to use the tomcat latest container and port number is 8080. Here, the liveness probe is going to be execution of this particular command. So it's going to do a curl-f, and then it's going to use localhost :8080, and then it's going to use JMX proxy over here to get that value of your max thread value, and then it's going to understand if the max thread value is beyond 200. If it's beyond 200, then obviously it's gonna this command is gonna fail, and the liveness probe gets an issue with the liveness probe, and that's gonna be an issue for you as well. And this particular pod will be restarted once it does reach that threshold. Let's save and quit this file, and then let's execute this with Coop control, and then the option is apply -f. This has created a pod over here. Let's just do a description of this pod. Let's see what describe says. Describe pod name. So now it has started the container. Now the liveness probe is accessing this URL to check and make sure that this doesn't fail. If it does fails, then it's going to be restarting your application. So this is one of such values where a real-time scenario where you can actually use liveness probe for these kind of specific values to check whether the thread is going out of reach, and then it automatically takes an action in terms of restarting the container. So likewise, you can do these activities in terms of your Kubernetes cluster where Tomcat is running. So this is not specific to Tomcat. This is specific to any Java application, because all Java application will use JMX proxy one way or another. Or else there is always a way that you can enable JMX proxy for your local host so that you can actually monitor the thread pool on your particular application and give a threshold for your thread pool based on the configuration of your thread pool, and have that restarted at a specific frame of max threads. And that's something which you can do it very easily. And also remember that this is going to be one of the very important things on a production server, because if you are a middleware administrator or someone like that, you will know, of course, that if you go out of maximum threads, your application goes to hung state. And using such commands like this will avoid you getting downtime on your Tomcat application. Thank you again for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.